Every day, we are facing social issues. Issues that all of us are part of. Issues that we have to be concerned. That is why we have this program, Issue 101. We tackle issues that affect our localities. Issues that all of us should participate. Issues that also affect our environment and communities. And issues that affect our government. Issue 101. Here is your host, Issue 101.
Your with Senior Simon. Senior Simon.
Senior Simon. Issue 101.
Yes, good day everyone. Welcome to another episode of Issue 101. Today is Tuesday, April 25, 2023. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, Southeast Asia, Europe, Africa, where one of our topic where one of the countries that is in the continent of Africa will be discussed, will be part of our discussion for this episode. North America, South America, Central America, and what else? Antarctica, if we have listeners in Antarctica. Hello, and welcome to our show. This is yours truly, Senor Simon, a firm and courageous confidant of truth and agent of light and clarity to our darkened and unclear controversies in our society and its people. Welcome to another episode of our live stream for our
Issue 101.
and for today's topic. Cool issues we're going to tackle this. We have actually a couple of topics that we are going to discuss, to talk about right here on our Issue 101. First of our topic will be the chaos and the current situation in Sudan, where currently chaos, battle, gunfight is currently happening in Sudan. Countries whose citizens are trapped inside the warring zones are doing their best and as fast as they could to rescue their citizens. A latest report and the reason why this violence erupted on that country will be discussed. Let's talk about that. And in sports, in National Basketball Association or NBA, a player was suspended. He will miss one game due to that suspension. We'll know and learn what is his violation and who is this player that we are talking about. In Cebu, Philippines, from Moalboal, a brawl happened just after a game between two collegiate teams of basketball. Still in basketball on that one. And the Province of Cebu, Philippines is under COVID-19 alert level 2. What will happen to health restrictions and monitoring in the province? Will there be lockdowns again? That will be our topic for this episode on
Issue 101.
But before anything else, let me remind everyone to like this video, click on the subscribe button and the notification bell, click the all so that you will be informed every time we will having this live stream of Issue 101 and also new videos that will be uploaded on our channel. That's Senor Simon on YouTube, and of course we have Facebook fan page Senor Simon Issue 101. Please do follow and like for us to expand and cover everybody, everything, everyone, every else, and every whatever. So cool issues, remain in your seat wherever you are and sit back and relax, and if you would like to also offer your opinion, your suggestions, and whatever, you can do that by chatting.
Issue 101.
Once again, welcome to Issue 101 right here on our channel, Senior Simon, on YouTube and Facebook fan page, Senior Simon ISSUE101. Once again, on this live stream, for those who are watching via replay, is April 25, 2023. That's Tuesday. So, co-issues, we are going to tackle a couple of topics that we are going to cover for this episode, and I do hope that you are going to also, for our live streamers out there, to contribute to our discussions. If you wanted to offer and add additional insights for our discussion on this episode, you may join us through our chat box. Do not hesitate to open up and join with our discussion.
Issue 101.
So first, let's do the lighter news first before tackling or discussing with more heavier and more what we call this more controversial topic. First, let's do the sports first. And in sports,
Sports news.
all right, and in sports, NBA suspends Hawks DeJounte Murray for bumping referee. According to this news published on NBC Sports, the NBA has suspended DeJounte Murray for Game 5 Tuesday night for making inappropriate contact with and verbally abusing a game official. This was not a surprise, but it is a blow to the Hawks. Murray will miss the game in Boston, where Atlanta will try to avoid elimination down 3-1 in this first round series. The Hawks were understandably frustrated after falling down 3-1 to the Celtics. Sunday, Celtics or Celtics? Frustrated with themselves, but also the referees. However, DeJounte Murray may have taken that frustration a step too far. He walked up to referee Gediminas Petriatis, bumped him, and appeared to yell something in his ear. Let's take a look at that caught video where he did bumped and yell something to the ear of the referee that cost him a game without pay, as what we've learned. But later on, we're going to tackle the details or additional detail on that news co-issues. So let's first watch this video that recorded how DeJounte Murray, or what DeJounte Murray did actually on during that game last Sunday. Did you see that co-issues? Okay, let's have a little bit of a rewind on that and notice. Yep, that's the referee there. Why I don't have any why I don't have a cursor on this. Anyway, that's with the number 50 printed on this shirt, and hey, and loading. Okay, that's number 5 Murray approach and bump the referee. And there you go, the buzzer sounds and giving him the penalty. So that's it, co-issues. That was what happened. That put DeJounte Murray in suspension. So additional detail on that story, co-issues. According to this news from the Manila Times, NBA bans Atlanta's Murray 1 game for referee abuse. Atlanta Hawks guard Dejounte Murray was suspended 1 game without pay by the NBA on Monday. That's today. After clashing with a referee following his team's game team's game 4 loss to Boston. Is this already the championship? Just comment down issues if this is already on finals, because I wasn't able actually to follow the NBA game recently, especially my team is not I think it's not the Golden State Warriors. Anyway, let's continue. The incident took place at the end of Boston's 129 against 121 victory in Atlanta, which gave the Celtics a 3-1 edge on their best-of-7 opening round NBA playoff series. So it's already the championship. Atlanta Hawks. So Atlanta Hawks is down to 1 against 3 for the Bolton Celtics. So video showed Murray making contact with referee Gidiminas Petriatis, and later showed Murray yelling at someone. The league investigated the incident, with NBA rules stipulating that on any intentional contact with a referee brings an automatic 1-game suspension. So that's why he was penalized with 1-game suspension without pay. Murray averaged 20.5 points and 6.1 assists for the Hawks this season, and against the Celtics in averaging 25.3 points, 7.3 rebounds, 5.8 assists, and 2.3 steals a game for the Hawks. So that's for the NBA cool issues. Well, in the meantime, let's have our local news, and this one is another penalty to be imposed on this sides. Because this just from Sunstar co-issues. According to this post-game brawl, Mars Moalboal Intercollegiate Basketball Tournament. According to the news, it was a heated Sunday night in Moalboal as players of the Cebu Institute of Technology University, or CITU, and the University of Cebu, or UC, got into a fight right after their game in the Mayor Inocentes Cabaron Intercollegiate Basketball Tournament at the Moalboal Municipal Gym. They got into a fist fight. According to the police spot report of the free-for-all, the brawl team... What's this? Free-for-all brawl? Free-for-all brawl! The brawl stemmed from a late game foul that was committed on UC guard Joseph Arthnalos, which saw him got bloodied. After the game, which UC won 60 against 57, Nalos' father allegedly confronted CITU guard Kobe Palencia. I thought it's Kobe Bryant. And coach Edsel Valiena regarding the untoward incident. Not long after, heated words suddenly became fists flying. Wow. Their fists are flying now. Sparking a brouhaha. When the dust settled, numerous individuals suffered injuries and were brought to the Badian District Hospital for treatment. But before continuing with this news report issues, let's watch the video that was recorded when that said brawl happened. So let's watch this. Where was that video again? I lost the video. Okay. The video is gone. Let me check issues. Alright. It's not here. Why? The video is gone. For a while, issues while I am retrieving the video, because it's not here. Anyway, So that was what happened. So let me load first the video so that we can all watch that so-called brawling that happened. When was that again? Last Sunday. Yep, last Sunday night. So their fists were flying. I lost the video. Where is it? Okay. So the video was gone. Let's just search it again. Issues, because I think this one is is this the one? All right. Okay, let's take a look at this video. So this is one of the videos issues that was recorded on that said brawl. Let's watch this. So what happened here was at first a confrontation, and then so there goes the brawl issues. Oh, there's also a referee outside. There's also a referee outside issues. Oh, foul! One shouted Happy New Year. A spectator shouted Happy New Year. Only in the Philippines. Actually, it's not only in the Philippines, because this kind of behavior also happened in other nationalities, other countries. Anyway. So that's it, issues. That's what another. There is also another video. Let me open it. Whether we can. Oops, that's too loud. Wait a minute. Is this recent also? Yesterday. Okay. Let's show this. Let's watch this. Let me show this to you. Not let's show this. Let me show this to you. Let's watch this 5 minutes. So it's the same situation on a different video source. Okay, so let's stop to that point and continue on the news that we just read, co-issues. So organizers of the said tournament bemoaned the violent incident, saying it has no place in the world of sports. Correct. In addition, the organizers relayed they will be sending a report to the Office of Cebu Schools Athletic Foundation Incorporated, or CISAFI, Commissioner Felix Tiokinhoy, who will review the incident and hand down appropriate sanctions if necessary. So, a statement from the tournament organizers, it says, the Moalboal Sports Committee condemns in the strongest terms the violence that erupted after the University of Cebu versus Cebu Institute of Technology game last April 23, 2023. We share the view of the Cebu Schools Athletic Foundation Incorporated, or CISAFI, that violence has no place in sports. We have coordinated with CISAFI Commissioner Felix Tiokinhoy, and we will submit our own report of the incident along with a spot report from the Moalboal PNP. Since this is a CISAFI-sanctioned pre-season tournament, we will defer to the wisdom of the league regarding the sanctions on those involved. Rest assured, we will enhance our security measures to avoid post-game incidents. So that's the news co-issues. Alright. So, what will CISAFI going to happen? Will CISAFI impose penalty on both teams or suspension on both teams? We don't know for that co-issues, but we'll just leave to the league whatever findings and whatever action that they will going to impose.
Issue 101.
Moving on to our next topic for this episode. It's now 12:28 Philippine Standard Time on this Tuesday, April 25, 2023. And in another news still from Cebu, Gwen on alert level 2, anti-poor, anti-business. Statement was released by the Cebu Provincial Governor Gwendolyn Garcia, which she states anti-poor and anti-business. This was how Cebu Governor Gwendolyn Garcia described the resolution of the Interagency Task Force, or IATF, for the management of emerging infectious disease, placing Cebu Province, except 9 local government units or LGU cities of Naga, Talisay, and municipalities of Alcoy, Borbon, Oslo, Pilar, Poro, Santander, and Tudela under alert level 2 until April 30, 2023. IETF Resolution 6-C, approved on April 14, has worried some business leaders in Cebu as it could affect their daily operations if COVID-19 related restrictions were imposed. Cebu Chamber of Commerce and Industry President Charles Kenneth Ko told Sunstar Cebu on Monday, April 24, that the IATF's declaration may curtail the business sector's recovery. Ko said, having to curtail businesses will be counterproductive to our recovery efforts, which is also reeling from high interest and inflation. Sick individuals should just be advised to stay home and wear masks when going out. Separately, Hotel, Resort, and Restaurant Association of Cebu Incorporated President Alfred Reyes said, whatever the decision of the local chief executives, they will follow. In a press conference yesterday, Garcia said the provincial government will not implement the restrictions stipulated for LGUs under the alert level 2 status. She said, that is something of old. We have moved on. As I stated, what's wrong with this Sunstar News? It reloaded co-issues. Let's just wait for this to finish its reloading. Alright. Where was I? Okay. Governor Garcia said, we have moved on. As I stated, Cebu Province has moved on. We have moved forward earlier than all the others, so that's referring to other LGUs, and now we intend to soar to even greater heights. Some restrictions including allowing establishment a maximum of 50% indoor venue capacity for fully vaccinated individuals and those below 18 years of age, even if unvaccinated, and 70% outdoor venue capacity. So that's actually the news report, the reaction of the Cebu provincial governor. So this is actually the news co-issues that was published in relation to that alert level number 2 in line with COVID pandemic. So from this Philstar Global publication, no escalation, 26 provinces under COVID-19 alert level 2 since June 2022. So that means that this alert level 2 was imposed since June last year. Okay, let's read the news. The Department of Health on Sunday clarified the 26 provinces under alert level 2 for the rest of April were not escalated from alert level 1. So, in other words, the explanation of the Department of Health Philippines co-issues is that this alert level 2 is system imposed by the Philippine government in terms of controlling or mitigating the circumstances in line with the COVID pandemic issues is by means of alert level or alert levels. In other words, that it depends on the number of that level co-issues, a certain corresponding measures has to be observed. But according to the statement from the Department of Health, by means of this publication by Philstar Global, it says that the 26 provinces was under alert level 2 since June 2022. It was not escalated or level up from alert level 1. So the message to the reporters from the DOH, it says rather these have maintained their alert level 2 status since June 2022. No province or city has been escalated to alert level 2 from alert level 1 since January 2023. So the status are just frozen. They remain the same. So according to a resolution of the Interagency Task Force or IATF signed on April 14, the following areas are under alert level 2, including this one, Cebu Province. The Health Department explained that while these areas have low COVID-19 cases and utilization rates, these provinces have vaccinated rates lower than 70% of their target population and or 70% of their total senior citizen population. Meeting these targets will allow these areas to be de-escalated to alert level 1. So that is the explanation of the alert level. So I think Governor Cebu Provincial Governor Gwen Garcia is just what we call this the term of that she just overreacted to this news report, to the declaration of alert level 2, because this alert level 2 was imposed since June 2022, and this has to do with the number of vaccinated person, which is lower than 70% of the supposed target population that should undergo COVID vaccination. So that's the meaning of that. So just in order to clarify the issue about alert level 2 issues, especially those who are not familiar with how the pandemic or the COVID pandemic is actually controlled here in the Philippines. So under alert level 2, it has plenty of tabulated rules that are stated here, but we'll just go over some of these. So it says that intrazonal or interzonal movement shall be allowed. However, reasonable restrictions may be imposed by the LGUs, which should not be stricter as those prescribed under higher alert levels. Because as far as I could remember, issues, the alert level is, I think, up to alert level 5, which is the highest, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so you may correct me on that. But as far as I could remember, if there are some who wants to contribute to our discussion, as far as I could remember, co-issues, the alert level is up to alert level 5, which is the most restricted alert level in line with this COVID pandemic restrictions. Okay, number 2, casinos, horse racing, cockfighting, and operations of cockpits, lottery, and betting shops and other gaming establishments shall not be allowed to operate or be undertaken. The following establishments or activities shall be allowed to operate, be undertaken at a maximum of 50% indoor. Okay, so what else? Provided further that there is no objection from the LGU where these activities may take place. So there will be 70% capacity. 50% indoor venue capacity for fully vaccinated below 18 years of age, even if unvaccinated. 70% outdoor venue capacity. So venues like indoor activities, cinemas, amusement parks. So in other words, I'm sorry to reveal this. The reality on the ground is very far from this as stated on this list co-issues. Like 50% capacity for indoor venues. Even with this report that alert level 2 is continually been raised over Cebu province. But as far as I could observe, wherever I go in Cebu province, it seems that everything is going back to normal. Most people are not no longer wearing face masks. So, in other words, this reaction from the governor is, as what I've earlier mentioned, is overreacting. She's just overreacting to issues. Because, again, let me mention that the news that according to the UH, there was no leveling up of alert level of any provinces. That alert level 2 was already raised since June of 2022. So I don't know why. Probably because of the recent update released by the Department of Health. That is why I assume that the Governor Gwen Garcia, reacted that way. But it seems that her reaction is over the supposed reaction that she has to make. So that's it, the co-issues for that news. Since it is clarified by the Department of Health that alert level 2 is imposed since, or was imposed already since it was not leveled or demoted or leveled down since June of 2022. So that was the status even since. So why would the governor react that way? Personally, I don't know.
ISSUE101.
Okay, so let's move on to another issue that we are going to tackle for this episode. Once again, don't forget to like on this video. Please support our YouTube channel, especially our foreigner friends. And in Truth Co Issues, we actually have friends from outside of the Philippines, or friends that are not familiar with the language that we use here in the Philippines, like Tagalog or Cebuano Co Issues. So it would be most appropriate if we are going to use English language so that they can understand, comprehend what our issues here in our country, and also other issues around the world that we are going to tackle every now and then in our Senyo Simon YouTube channel and also our Facebook fan page.
Issue 101.
So moving on, rescue operations to extract foreigners from Sudan. From Philstar Global, it says, from Khartoum, Sudan, battles raging in Sudan between the army and paramilitaries have sparked evacuation operations to rescue foreign citizens and diplomats by road, air, and sea. The main airport in Khartoum has been the site of heavy clashes, effectively shutting its operations. Fighting elsewhere has forced delays to some planned rescue operations. Many countries unable to send forces into Sudan relied on others to extract their citizens via ports and military bases, with Saudi Arabia and France both evacuating numerous foreigners. Some evacuations are taking place from Port Sudan on the Red Sea and 850 kilometers drive from Khartoum, and others via nearby Djibouti and neighboring Egypt. A UN convoy carrying 700 people completed on Monday the arduous trip to Port Sudan. Wow. Really? Here is an overview of what various nations have done in efforts to take stranded citizens to safety. Okay, so these are the list of the countries that rescue their citizens from Sudan. In BBC News, titled "Sudan Fighting Diplomats and Foreign Nationals Evacuated," it says that a growing list of countries have evacuated diplomats and citizens from Sudan's capital as fierce fighting continues to rage in Khartoum. The US and UK announced on Sunday they had flown diplomats out of the country. France, Germany, Italy, and Spain have also been evacuating diplomats and other nationals. A vicious power struggle between the regular army and a powerful paramilitary force has led to violence across Sudan for more than a week. In another news, Sudan fighting, Khartoum violence mapped as civilians flee city. So these are the places that battles, gunfights, and they are actually using high what we call this, high powered weapon. So these are the places that war broke out, that there are clashes happening in Khartoum, in the capital city of Sudan. Let's watch some videos of those fighting that happened in that city. And I do hope that it will here. This is from BBC Co-Issues. Okay. Let's have another one. Whoa. It was another one. That wasn't the fighting. It's just soldier marched down the street. Okay, no more. Are there any more? So these are the places. Hospital. What's this? Hospital. So these are inaccessible area due to that fighting. Okay. So in another news, it says people resort to killing their pets in Sudan amid evacuation chaos. So according to this news from the dailybeast.com, the spiraling security crisis in Sudan has prompted evacuation missions from governments around the world in an effort to save their citizens from the disaster, which has seen access to vital goods including food and medicines all but collapse. Foreigners still stuck in the African country, which is currently being torn apart by internal conflict, are now taking drastic action in order to survive. According to one British lawmaker, some have even started slaughtering their pets as food supplies run out. Whoa. So that's very alarming issues. Sorry. That's very alarming issues because, you know, they probably had to slaughter their pets because of food supplies in that area. Speaking on BBC Radio on Monday, the chairwoman of the UK's Commons Foreign Affairs Committee estimated there could still be over 4,000 Brits awaiting evacuation from Sudan who are living in abject fear. I'm even hearing stories of people killing their pets because they're worried they're going to starve. Wow. So the life there in Sudan is now very difficult issues. So I do hope that something or relief operation will going to happen on that country there that is under this very dangerous time. Now let's understand why this chaos, this battle, this gunfights happen in that country in Sudan. Because this is the reason issues why this war happened in that country. This is actually an internal struggle that is currently happening in that country issues. And of course, foreign nationals that are there staying in Sudan are involved, are in very difficult situation, like what we've learned from the previous news report that we've just read, that even their pets, they are slaughtering their pets in order to preserve or to have something to eat, especially in times that supply of food will be difficult. So this is the reason. Two Sudan generals are at war with each other. From CBS News, according to this news report, the death toll from the crisis in Sudan as well-armed factions led by two rival commanders continue fighting each other in heavily populated cities has climbed over 420 according to the World Health Organization. Violence was still raging Friday despite 3 separate ceasefire attempts. 420 already is declared dead. Counted. Here's what's happening in the East African nation and why. Who is fighting in Sudan? The clashes in Sudan are between the Sudanese Armed Forces led by General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan and the Rapid Support Forces or RSF paramilitary group led by General Mohamed Hamdan Dagalo. Until recently, the leaders of the two forces were allies. They worked together in 2019 to overthrow Sudan's brutal dictator Omar al-Bashir, who ruled over the country for 3 decades, sweeping to power as thousands of people took to the streets in a popular uprising against al-Bashir. So in other words, co-issues, for those of you like me who are not familiar with what is happening in Sudan prior to this new chaos, they overthrow the previous ruler, Omar al-Bashir, by means of a coup, and this military takeover is creating a military junta ruling Sudan. And due to the reasons that we don't know actually, that they have internal conflicts between the leadership of these military groups in Sudan. They have misunderstanding, and that is why they are having these clashes in that country. Let's continue. After that coup, a power-sharing government was formed, made up of civilian and military groups. The plan was for it to run Sudan for a few years and oversee a transition to a completely civilian-run government. So why did the fighting in Sudan start? Okay, this should give us an insight of why that chaos that is happening right now in Sudan happened. It says, in 2021, Al-Burhan, who had become chief of the Power-Sharing Council, dissolved it, declaring he would instead hold elections in 2023. Meaning the power-sharing of government, which they formed after the coup, at least this was not, this didn't happen during that 1986 so-called People Power Revolution in the Philippines. At least this was not what happened after co-issues in the Philippines. Let me drink water first. At least it didn't happen in the Philippines in this manner. So Al-Burhan, who became chief of the Power Sharing Council, dissolved it, declaring he would instead hold elections this year. The current fighting broke out between the army and the RSF as a result of negotiations breakdown over integrating the two forces ahead of the intended restoration of civilian rule. There was disagreement over which general would be subordinate to the other and how quickly the RSF would be incorporated into the Sudanese military. Heavy fighting broke out across the country on April 8, with Sudan's capital city of Khartoum and neighboring Omdurman being turned into battlefields. So that is what happened, co-issues, that easily escalates the situation in Sudan. So after they overthrow the previous administration of Omar al-Bashir, they replaced that government with alliance of power sharing between civilians and the military. And it so happened that this General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan was made head of that power sharing government, and he dissolved the plan to rule, because this happened in 2019, 20, 21, 22. So this would be the fourth year that this power shared government between civilians and the military ran the country for almost 4 years. Omar Bashir is running the country for 3 decades, 30 years. So what happened, co-issues, was that after that overthrowing of Omar al-Bashir of Sudan, and the replacement of this power-sharing government. So the initial plan is to run Sudan for a few years and oversee a transition to a completely civilian-run government, which Al-Burhan, full name Abdel Fattah al-Burhan, a general of the Sudanese armed forces, dissolved the plan, and he declared that the election should happen this year. While the RSF, because part of the plan is how to integrate the RSF into the Sudanese armed forces, this was disagreed, opposed by General Mohamed Hamdan Dagalo. He opposed the plan that the Rapid Support Forces, or the RSF paramilitary group, it is a paramilitary group, so meaning it is not a part of the government institution, the original government. So it is just what we call this, some kind of a armed organization in Sudan. So this Mohamed Hamdan Dagalo opposed the integration of the RSF or the Rapid Support Forces paramilitary group into the Sudanese armed forces. That is why there is now currently chaos in Sudan. So the current fighting broke out between the army and the RSF as a result of negotiations breaking down over integrating the two forces ahead of the intended restoration of civilian rule. There was disagreement over which general would be subordinate to the other. That's the problem now. Because this General Mahmoud, once again, Mohammed, this General Dagalo, probably don't like the idea that he would be subordinate to the chief or chief of staff. Let us put that into that sense of the Sudanese armed forces. He doesn't like the idea that he would submit or subordinate to the Sudanese armed forces. There was disagreement over which general would be subordinate to the other, and how quickly the RSF would be incorporated into the Sudanese military. So that's the reason that the war broke out, erupted in Sudan co-issues. So at least we now know that the situation in Sudan right now, which also affected some of our other nationalities that are in that country, especially in Khartoum. We now know that the situation that they are experiencing right now is out of, could we use out of ego, or probably, I don't know. I cannot accuse the RSF general, Dagan, who was that again? Dagalo, of having his ego, enlarged ego, that he doesn't want to be subject or subordinate to the other general that will hold the position as probably chief of staff of the Sudanese armed forces, this Abdel Fattah al-Burhan. Probably that is the reason. But as far as based on this news report, we could conclude that the RSF doesn't like to be incorporated into the Sudanese military, and they don't want to be subordinate. Their commander, their general, doesn't like to be subordinate to the Sudanese Armed Forces General. Now, the latest news with regards to that co-issues from Reuters. Alright. April 25. Sudan factions agree to 72-hour ceasefire as foreigners are evacuated. According to this news report, Sudan's warring factions agreed to a 72-hour ceasefire starting on Tuesday, while Western Arab and Asian nations raced to extract their citizens from the country. The Sudan Armed Forces, SAF, said the U.S. and Saudi Arabia mediated the truce. U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken announced the agreement first and said it followed 2 days of intense negotiations. The two sides have not abided by several previous temporary truce deals. Fighting erupted between the SAF and Rapid or RSF paramilitary group on April 15, and actually it was April 8 on that from the CBS News, and has killed at least 427 people, knocked out hospitals and other services, and turned residential areas into war zones. According to Blinken, during this period, the United States urges the SAF and RSF to immediately and fully uphold the ceasefire, according to Blinken. He said the U.S. would coordinate with regional, international, and Sudanese civilian interests to create a committee that would oversee work on a permanent ceasefire and humanitarian arrangements. So there is an implemented, as of now. I don't know if both sides will adhere, will follow this ceasefire or this deal, temporary truce. Let's continue reading this news report. The RSF confirmed in Khartoum that it had agreed to the ceasefire starting at midnight to facilitate humanitarian efforts. According to their statement, we affirm our commitment to a complete ceasefire during the truce period. The SAF said on its Facebook page that it also agreed to the truce deal. A coalition of Sudanese civil society groups that had been part of negotiations on a transition to democracy welcomed the news. Ahead of the evening truce announcement, airstrikes and ground fighting shook Omdurman, one of 3 adjacent cities in the capital region, and there were also clashes in capital Khartoum, according to Reuters report. So that's it, co-issues in line with what is happening in Sudan. So I do hope that we have viewers from around that country, from Egypt, from Ethiopia, that could give us additional information in line with that chaos, war, or battle that is going on in Sudan co-issues. And that would be all for this episode of Issue 101. Once again, let me invite you to like, subscribe, and for our YouTube channel, and follow and like our Facebook fan page, Cool Issues. And once again, until next time for another episode of Issue 101, this has been yours truly,
Senior Simon,
a firm and courageous confidant of truth, an agent of light and clarity to darken and unclear controversies in our society and its people, will say, a well-informed person is advantageous. Take care, God bless you all, and all praises belongs to our Lord Jesus Christ. Bye-bye.
and that's all for Issue 101. Hopefully the concerned parties will act on the issue. Until next time, thank you for being with us.